Hey, Shalom. I want to start by giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Abakwadash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well, who taught me this truth through the Holy Spirit. The Rakah Kwadash. Salutations to you brothers and sisters out there in the truth, listening and learning. Lord's will being built up. Lord's will not being disenchanted, you know, by this truth. I was just watching a video with um, the elder Yashawamba, excuse me, and he was talking about being disenchanted, and getting complacent, and that's not what we want to do, man. Okay, and it's easy to do. Okay, and we've all, if you've been in this truth for any amount of time, we've all gone through that, But hey, fight through it. Pray for that fervent spirit, and get back in the race, man. And not that you ain't in the race, but just pick up your pace a little bit, man. All right, but this video isn't gonna be about that. Okay, this video here is on the penny being discontinued, and this is a spiritual thing, man. Okay, this penny being discontinued is a very spiritual thing. Okay, because this is a sign. All right, that we are about to get out of here, man. Okay, and we're about to go through those trials and tribulations, but this is what we're fighting for in this truth. Okay, I'm gonna read this parable here in the book of Matthew, the 20th chapter. Okay, it says, "For the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is a householder, which went out early in the morning to hire laborers into his vineyard." Okay, and we know that, the owner of the householder is Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, he hired us to do a job, man. Okay, and this is why, it's just the spirit, that I just talked about the elder Yashawamba's video. Okay, because when you're at work, man, you don't want to, you don't want to be found sitting down when the boss comes in, right? You don't want to be, on your computer looking at bullshit when the boss pulls up. Okay, you want to be working, man. All right, and that's the case with Yahweh Shai as well, man. Okay, because everything in this physical, carnal world, is really dictated in the spiritual world. Okay, all these things come from the spiritual side of things. All right, but the Lord hire us. Okay, it says, which went out early in the morning to hire laborers into his vineyard. And when he had agreed with the laborers for a penny a day, okay, he sent them into his vineyard. Okay, and this is spiritual because they say they're doing away with the penny. Okay, let me read this right here. This is Google. It says the U.S. Treasury is phasing out penny production. Okay, so it ain't gonna be no more work to do for Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai here soon. Okay, it ain't gonna be. Hey, this thing is getting wrapped up, man. All right, it says the mint will continue manufacturing pennies until existing blank stocks are depleted, likely ending production in early 2026. Okay, so hey, early next year might be the time this thing is over, man. Okay, so push, man, push. We in that final kick. And don't destroy yourself. Whatever measure you've been given, but don't get idle, man. Okay, it says while pennies will remain legal tender, businesses may start rounding cash transactions to the nearest nickel. Okay, so hey, this is what the bank does, man. Okay, once these pennies are all done, okay, they're gonna start rounding these pennies up. Okay, and that's what's gonna happen to us. They're gonna try to start rounding us up too, man. Okay, they're gonna, you go to the store, you might spend some pennies. Okay, the store, at the end of the night, takes their money and they place it in the bank. Okay, and that's gonna be the last you see of that penny. Okay, they ain't gonna be bringing no more out. Okay, until there are no more pennies. Okay, and this is a very spiritual thing because we see here in Matthew that the Lord agreed with the laborers for a penny. Okay, it says, and he went, this is back in Matthew 20:3, it says, and he went out about the third hour and saw others standing idle in the marketplace, and said unto them, go ye also in the vineyard, and whatsoever is right I will give you. And they went their way. Again he went out about the 6th and 9th hour, and did likewise. And about the 11th hour he went out, and found others standing idle, and said unto them, why stand ye here all the day idle? They said unto him, because no man hath hired us. He said unto them, go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right, that shall ye receive. So when the evening was come, and the Lord of the vineyard said unto his steward, call the laborers and give them their hire, beginning from the last unto the first. And when they came that were hired about the 11th hour, they received every man a penny. But when the first came, they supposed that they should have received more, and likewise received every man his penny. And when they received it, they murmured against the good man of the house, saying, these last have wrought but 1 hour, and thou hast made them equal unto us, which have borne the burden of the heat of the day. But he answered one of them and said, friend, I do thee no wrong. Didst not thou agree with me for a penny? Take that as thine, and go thy way, and I will give it unto the last, even as unto thee. Okay, but the point of the matter is, all right, hey, we in this thing for the penny, and the penny is about to be done away with. Okay, and the Lord also likens this truth unto money. Okay, and he speaks about it in these parables. Okay, this is the book of Luke. Okay, Luke the 19th chapter. Okay, and while we have this money, hey, we're supposed to be doubling it up, man. Okay, because there's a purpose for us to have this truth. Okay, it's not just to sit on your hands and just be smarter than everybody. Okay, no, the purpose of this truth, is to bid brothers and sisters to the marriage, man. Okay, to wake up the elect. Okay, to warn the world, and then we get out of here, man. Okay. And this is Luke the 19th chapter, and it's called the parable of money usage. Okay, so money usage, hey, just like in this world. Okay, there's spiritual money as well, man. Okay, and this truth is likened into spiritual money, and it's likened into the penny. Okay, but again, the penny's getting ready to be done away with. All right, so all you out there, some may stumble across this video, understand that, when you get these things, you got to work with it. So this is again the parable of the money usage, Luke 19:11. And as they heard these things, they added and spake a parable, because he was nigh to Jerusalem, and because they thought that the kingdom of God should immediately appear. All right, and this is why a lot of brothers get enchanted, okay, because it's hard waiting every day. Okay, it's hard getting up, doing the things required, reading, praying, studying, making videos, teaching. Okay, bearing with the Lord, bearing the burdens of the truth. It's hard sometimes. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard, and it's a good balance. Okay, but in all things, you can get complacent. Okay, you could get distracted. Because this is what this world is really designed to do, to distract you, from the important things that are going on. Okay, the important things, such as Yahweh Shai's ministry. Okay, because that's really the only important thing. Okay, and these things are all designed to distract you, whether it be the NBA, the NFL, whatever you're into. Okay, and there's something for everybody. All right, and I can't sit up here and name them all, but the things that affect you. Okay, so don't let it. All right. So it says back in Luke, it said, and he said, therefore, a certain nobleman went into a far country to receive a kingdom to return, excuse me. And he called his 10 servants and delivered them 10 pounds, and said unto them, occupy till I come. But his citizens hated him and sent a message after him, saying, we will not have this man to reign over us. Okay, and that's going to be the 2/3 man. Okay, the scriptures say he went to his own first, all right, and they rejected him, but not all. Okay, the elect, okay, the ones that truly believe, the ones that have been preordained from the beginning, they're not going to have this mindset. Okay, but the 2/3, if anybody's been out there teaching, okay, you know how Jake is, man. Okay, Jake is too cool for school, right? He don't want to sit and listen. Okay, he doesn't believe. All right, the majority of Jake is like that. Okay, Jake think he tough. He think, Jake think a whole lot of shit, man, and none of it makes sense, unless he's dealing with the truth of the Bible. But Jake is hard-headed, stiff-necked, hard-hearted. Okay, but that's okay because we know these stories, right? What does it say? His citizens hated him. So when you in the truth and these things happen, it ain't that they hate you. Hey, they hate the Lord, man. Okay, his citizens hated him. Okay, I'm gonna jump down. It says, and it came to pass that when he had returned, having received the kingdom. All right, so while we're in that labor, while we're doing the labor for a penny, okay, the Lord want us to work. Okay, but when he comes back, okay, those that when it's time to pay, right? Let's look. It says, having received the kingdom, when he returned, then he commanded these servants to be called unto him, to whom he had given the money, that he might know how much every man have gained by trading. All right. It says, then came the first, saying, Lord, thy pound have gained 10 pounds. Okay, so hey, he might have got 10 people. And he say unto them, and that number 10 also goes into what? Not completion, perfection. Okay, so he was perfected in the work. Okay, you may think like an elder Tahar, elder Gabar, right? An elder Yashawamba. Okay, elder Manata Zagba. All these elders. Okay, every day you go in there, they got a video, 2-3 videos a day. Okay, the elder what's his name? Damn, his name escapes me right now. Malcolm. Okay, the elders and all the elders, man. These brothers be working, man. Okay, so they gained 10 pounds. Okay, and he say unto me, so they did a perfect work, man. Okay, and this is what we all should be striving for, man. Okay, whether you been in there at the 11th hour, okay, you did the perfect work, man. Okay, you can be in there in the 11th hour and gain 10 pounds, man. Okay, that's not far-fetched. Okay, these things are all possible. It said, and he say unto him, well, thou good servant, because thou hast been faithful in very little, have authority over 10 cities. Okay, because what? Because the Lord is coming back for the whole world, man. 10 cities in the whole world. Okay, imagine you got London, what? New York, okay, Boston, LA, shit like that, man. 10 cities, man, to rule over. Okay, so when you get down and complacent, just think about these things, man. Think about what's at stake here. Okay, the elder said it, and it's true, man. This is the best job you can have. It says, and the second came, saying, Lord, thy pound have gained 5 pounds. And he said likewise unto him, be thou also over 5 cities. And another came, saying, Lord, behold, here is thy pound, which I have kept laid up in a napkin. Okay, the man kept his pound and laid it up in a napkin. For I fear thee, because thou art an austere man. Okay, let's look at that word austere. So the Lord is an austere man. Okay, and this is how we should be in this truth. This is what going through all these things makes you austere, right? Harsh, rough, rigid. Okay, the Lord is like that. Rough. He don't play. He ain't playing. Let's look what he said. It says, "Thou takest up what thou laidest not down, and reapest that thou didst not sow." And he said unto him, "Out of thy own mouth will I judge thee, thou wicked servant. Thou knewest that I was an austere man, taking up that I laid not down, and reaping that I did not sow. Therefore then gavest not thou thy money into the bank." The Lord said, "Hey, you should have just put my shit in the bank. They'd have put some interest on it, right? That at my coming I might have required my own with usury." And he said unto them that stood by, "Take from him the pound, and give it to him that have 10 pounds. And they say unto him, Lord, he have 10 pounds. For I say unto you that every one which hath shall be given, and from him that have not, even that he have shall be taken away from him. But those my enemies wish not that I should reign over them, bring them hither and slay them before me." Okay? So, these pennies, these pounds are going to be taken away. Okay? And it's coming here shortly. And you're not going to be able to flip it and bounce it anymore. Why? Because the Lord is on his way, man. All right? We're going to have to go through the obstacles and the trials of our faith, all right, very soon. Okay? And it's all spiritual. All right? Don't think this devil, doesn't understand, his end of the bargain as well. Okay? Because these devils got work to do too, man. Hey, they got to fulfill prophecy as well on the left-hand side. So they can't just sit idle. Though they don't want to, I'm sure, they don't want their kingdom to end. Hey, they got to do the hard shit too, man. Okay? They got to, do the things that they don't want to do. Just like we got to do some things that's hard for us, man. All right, but at the end, if you on the side of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, hey, you on the right side of you on the right team, man. Okay, and those pennies, okay, those invites, all right, those places on the roster, okay, are about to be in short supply. They already in short supply. They about to be taken away, starting in early 2026. Okay, so I just wanted to bring that out. It's spiritual, and hey, it's a beautiful thing, man. Okay, because the work is almost done. The race is almost complete. So do your best at it. All right, Lord's will, you is edified. I'll end it by giving all honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Shalom to the elect.